Sports brought to you by Jim White Honda. In 2019, linebacker Jordan Fisher led the Rockets in tackles to cap his Toledo career. Following graduation, he then went back home to Virginia, aiming to give back to the community that raised him. Unfortunately, that desire is now in jeopardy as Fisher continues to battle for his health after a traumatic crash.
The misconception I run into is just that physically I'm okay. So like I can go walk if I want, I can go for a run, but all the mental and just the brain side of things, they're not good.
Not long ago, Jordan Fisher elevated into an anchor on UT's defense, leading the team with 89 tackles his senior year. Now, his life centers around trips to the hospital.
It's been tough to say the least because I've dealt with I can tell I feel different.
In March of 2023, while trying to check into a hotel in Richmond, Virginia, a car hit Fisher, putting him in a coma for 6 days.
This front piece here, they took that piece out of my head and they end up putting it in a freezer from April, May, and the first week of June. I didn't have this front piece of my skull.
Pain and depression followed suit as he struggled to bounce back from this traumatic injury. Living alone with no family around didn't help either. So in stepped fellow Rocket teammate and current Buffalo Bill, Reggie Gilliam.
We got a great bond there as brothers and as friends, and the way he's kind of been supportive to the situation that I'm in, it means the world to me and it's pushing me to get better.
As Fisher began turning the corner, he experienced another blow to his recovery: seizures.
Sadly to say, I'd wake up and feel disoriented. I'd wake up in my own urine and I could feel like the foam and everything around my mouth.
Since January, scarring in his brain has prevented Fisher from returning to work and living the life he wants. To make matters worse, he can no longer afford to visit the doctor. Fisher had to cancel an EKG appointment earlier this month because he couldn't pay for an Uber.
Up until I started having seizures, I didn't even feel like I was in a position where I could get help.
Last week, a GoFundMe set out to offer support for this former Toledo player in need. And for Fisher, any help would go a long way.
I want to get better. I want to go to the doctor and see what I need to do so that I can live like a productive and fulfilling life, honestly.
So far, the GoFundMe has raised more than $800. We certainly send Jordan our best wishes. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.